Good morning, beloveds. We're going to continue with Daniel chapter 2, verses 24 through 48. And I have my little helper here today. Say hi, Selah. She's going to help us out a little bit. So it says, Daniel tells the king what his dream means. Then Daniel went to Arioch. The king had appointed him to put the wise men of Babylon to death. Daniel said to him, "Don't kill the wise men of Babylon. Take me to the king. I'll tell him what his dream means." So Arioch took Daniel to the king. At once Arioch said, "I have found a man among those you brought here with Judah. He can tell you what the dream means." Nebuchadnezzar spoke to Daniel, who was also called Belshazzar. The king asked him, "Are you able to tell me what I saw in my dream? And can you tell me what it means?" Daniel replied, "You have asked us to explain a mystery to you, but no wise man can do that. And those who try to figure things out by using magic can't do it either. But there is a God in heaven who can explain mysteries. King Nebuchadnezzar, he has shown you what is going to happen. Here is what you dreamed while lying in bed, and here are the visions that pass through your mind. Your Majesty, while you were still in bed, your mind was troubled. You were thinking about things that haven't happened yet. The God who explained mysteries showed these things to you. Now the mystery has been explained to me, but it isn't because I have greater wisdom than anyone else alive. It's because God wants you to know what the mystery means, Your Majesty. He wants you to understand what went through your mind. King Nebuchadnezzar, you looked up and saw a large statue standing in front of you. It was huge. It shone brightly and it terrified you. The head of the statue was made of pure gold, and its chest and arms were made of silver, and its stomach was made out of bronze, and its legs were made out of iron, and its feet was partly clay and partly iron. And while you were watching, a rock was cut out, but human hands didn't do it. It struck the statue on its feet of iron and clay. It smashed them. Then the iron and clay were broken to pieces. So were the bronze, the silver, and the gold. All of them were broken to pieces. They became like straw on a thrashing floor at harvest time. The wind blew them away without leaving a trace. But the rock that struck the statue became a huge mountain, and it filled the whole earth. This was your dream. Now it will tell you what it means. King Nebuchadnezzar, you are the greatest king of all. The God of heaven has given you authority and power. He has given you might and glory. He has put everything under your control. He has also given you authority over wild animals and birds in the sky. And it doesn't matter where you live. He has made you ruler over all of them. You are the head of gold. After you, another kingdom will take over. It won't be as powerful as yours. Next, a third kingdom will rule over the whole earth. The bronze part of the statue stands for that kingdom. And finally, there'll be a fourth kingdom, strong as iron. Iron breaks and smashes everything to pieces. And the fourth kingdom will smash and break all the others. You saw that the feet and the toes were made of iron and baked clay. And the fourth kingdom will to be divided up, but it will still have some of the strength of the iron. That's why you saw iron mixed with clay. And the fourth kingdom will be partly strong and partly weak. You saw the iron mixed with baked clay, and the fourth kingdom will be made up of all kinds of people, just like us, Selah. And it says, in the time of those kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom, and it will never be destroyed, and no other nation will ever take it over. Isn't that awesome? It will crush all the other kingdoms. It will bring down all of them to an end, but it will last forever and ever. That's what the vision of the rock cut out of the mountain means. Human hands didn't cut out the rock. Surely not. It broke the statue to pieces. It smashed the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold. The great God has shown you what will take place in the days to come. The dream is true, and you can trust the meaning of it that I've explained to you. Then King Nebuchadnezzar bowed low in front of Daniel. He wanted to honor him, so he ordered that an incense and an offering be offered to him. The king said to Daniel, I'm sure your God is the greatest of all. He is the Lord of kings, and he explains mystery. That's why you were able to explain the mystery of my dream. Then the king put Daniel in a position of authority. He gave him many gifts, and he made him rule over the city of Babylon and towns around him. He put him in charge of all the other wise men. And the king also did what Daniel asked him. He appointed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to help Daniel govern Babylon and the times around it. And Daniel himself remained at the royal court. Beloved, this has been great. Daniel prayed to God, and God helped him to explain King Nebuchadnezzar's vision. And because of his explanation, he converted King Nebuchadnezzar into a believer. And not only that, he helped his friends Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego also to get great jobs at the royal court of King Nebuchadnezzar. Have a great day knowing that God is indeed able.